All right. So yeah. So let's share the screen. Oh. Which screen do you see? Let me know.
I'm seeing you
the
right.
chart, right? Okay, good. All right, so first and foremost, let's just show you this. Boom, boom, boom. So you see these little blue lines. These are session breaks, which can be turned on in here in the settings. There's session breaks in the appearance. Okay, so this is going to be just a back testing session because we got Shakira joining and she's not lifetime yet. But it's okay. So what's up, Shakira? How you doing, girl? Long time no see. Show your face. Nice. So okay. So a couple of things. Oh, we got Charlie joining. What's up, Charles?
Evening.
Evening. All right, so I'm just gonna tell you a few things. So when we're gonna go over some stuff and just back test, and I'll show you things. But then like a deep dive, we'll do a separate session for just lifetime later. I'm gonna record this and post it both. Oh, someone else is joining. People are finally seeing it. So there's things that I'm gonna be going over on Furious Monday anyway, but I'm gonna do it today as well. So the first thing is how to make 40% in a day type of stuff, and I'll show you on so many pairs, but we just want to start with EU, right? So so the first thing I want to tell you is like, watch out for, it's not a secret, but watch out for weekly and daily highs. Okay, so here's the rule for you, and it's something to do, a lot more to do with daily life, daily cycles, which I can't cover to the free members, but regardless of that, in general, if you have a weekly high broken, doesn't matter which direction the trend is, after the weekly high has been taken, or a daily high has been taken, or a 4-hour high has been taken, typically there's going to be a reversal. Okay, if there's a 1 hour taken, it's because why? Because it's called the major inducement. Okay, so what does it mean, inducement? So whenever, let's say here, right, you see right here there was a weekly high, right? You let me know if I say something that makes no sense. But you see the weekly high has been taken, or daily high. Well, this is actually a weekly high. We're on daily chart, so you can see, but this was a weekly high of this week. It was taken out. What does the market do? Reverse. Right? You can say, well, we're still bullish and we're still bullish order flow. Sure, but we reversed, and that's a significant move. Very significant move. Like all this week, we were going down, retracing into some kind of POI here until what? When I got taken, until what? Until this weekly, at the time, this was the weekly low, right? Daily and weekly low. It got taken. As soon as it got taken, what happened? Market reversed. We take out this week high. What happens? Market consolidates, does the BMS or the AMD, whatever you want. As soon as it does, it moves, right? Here, we took out the weekly low and we actually continued. But in this case, you want to wait for this high to be taken out and then get in on the sell. So even not knowing anything else, just understanding that, just playing that rule. Let's say you just play every major day or week taken as a reversal. Just doing this would have won you this giant trade, and then let's say you would have lost this one without. I mean, obviously it's hindsight, but I can tell you, if you see what's going on here and see that this is a downtrend, you want to be getting into sells, not try to predict the buy anyway. But I'm just giving you a bigger picture right now. As soon as you take out a major low, you get a reversal in 90% of the times. As soon as you take out weekly, you get a reversal. As soon as you take out, you get a reversal. It might not last, but it's still going to be moved. As soon as you take it out, you get a reversal. Why is it happening? Because they're inducing this high, meaning all the buy stops here are getting triggered. All the FOMO people are getting in a buy, and this is exactly what they want. It also takes out all the sellers that are putting stop losses above the high. So it takes out the sellers, gets all the buyers excited, and then bombs to the other side. Okay. So that's a major inducement. The medium inducement is about 1 hour, right? And 1 hour, 2 hours time frames, it can go either way. Whenever a 1 hour swing high and swing low, which I use now, these fractals, just a normal fractals indicator that actually shows you on each time frame a true swing high or swing low. They're not as important as you think. Structure is not important. It's liquidity that's important. Liquidity is king, not structure, because structure is formed only when liquidity is taken out. Because if you guys are going high to the low, to the lower high, oh my God, this mouse is to the lower low, right? And then what happens? What is this? So it tells you this was order flow, but all of this was a mid-range inducement, because the true high is here, which formed when all the liquidity got taken out. This is the true lower high because it formed when all the liquidity built here was taken out. So, which is why you don't start with structure, you start with identifying where liquidity sits and the last sweep that happened, which you guys should understand now. Once the sweep happened, where did the sweep happen last? On the high or the low? Or the high, so we're going down, right? This sweep happened of the low, then you probably shouldn't be identifying this as an IFC because we swept all the liquidity. So now this swing high is the next liquidity. Once we swept it, then you can consider it going down or up, but that's the target. So medium inducement, 1 hour can go either way. 15 minutes and below, whenever a 15-minute high or low taken 100% of the time, it's going to be a continuation. So when you're trying just from the overall, you're looking at Wyckoff or whatever it is you're looking at, if a 15-minute high or low, chances are, if it goes into the, by the way, it goes without saying, whenever it's taken out, you don't just take a trade just because this was taken out, because you can go for this one and go higher, right? So what you need to do is find an POI above it, right? POI above it, and then when it hits this POI, you want to wait for the BMS, which is where our BMS strategy goes into. We sweep the highs because we need liquidity to go correct. Yes, and it has to induce people to go their own direction. So anytime, so again, just wait for our session between just the lifetime. It will make a lot more sense too, but it has everything to do with daily cycle models and templates. So what I spent last 2 weeks doing is breaking Ream's algorithm and whole lit theorem and everything, and I broke it, and it's baffling what I can do with it. It's absolutely outrageously, because You know how you get excited when you just start trading, when you see what they teach you, what like the what's it called, the head and shoulders, and you see it and identify it, and then all of a sudden it went the way that you thought it's going to go because it was a head and shoulders and you think you're on top of the world. This is how I feel right now, because with daily cycle templates, it does one of like 7 variations basically, the main 3, and then the variations within those 3. When you see it, it's like, oh my god, it's like you have a blueprint to what the market's going to do, and then to get the precise entries you use the BMS or the AMD model, and then mitigations, and that's it. And it's just rinse and repeat. And when you backtest the shit, it just blows your mind. But anyway, so let's any questions on this? Someone's joining, Dominic. Just a general rule, like if you backtest and look at any week where you have some kind of consolidation, first find consolidation, and then you see this type of stuff, like, yeah, we took the high. This is not just any high. This, I mean, obviously there's liquidity on that stuff, but without looking at structure, just look at, you know, weekly high, daily high, been taken. What do? Take out the other side, take out the other side. As soon as we take it out, what do? We're not looking to continue. We're going all the way back to this and do what? Why didn't it work out, guys? Why it didn't go into here and just react and go? It had to take it out first, you see? And it took it out because we have a higher IFC in here. But the way you get into this is in smaller time frame, looking for a BMS or an AMD. And guess what? I don't have to go to a larger time frame to see it. I can see it already. Your accumulation, your manipulation, your distribution, and your mitigation right into here. Boom. And then there's another one. I can see it from here. I don't know if you can see it. So here we sweep with a white candle. Then we break the manipulation, which is that white candle beginning. We break it. Okay. Then we mitigate. And that's it. And here. And then you just keep going, keep going, keep going. So that's a general rule at first, but let's look at what last week happened. And I'm just gonna go to what I know I played on demo and fucking killed the market basically every day except for Friday. And you can see I've been going through the GU, man. It's hard. I'm at my parents' house and there's just one screen and it's very hard for me to make everything so it fits. But you can see that on a daily, I had marked up that we have reversal. And this is the next area that I wanted to buy at, but it was Friday, so I just closed everything. But overall, we sweep, we come all the way here, we sweep this side, and we take out some liquidity, you know, do all that business and drop. Here we go. Some things have noticed back then is that when we sweep high, sometimes we return to the wicks and that gives us true snipe. Yeah, so here's the thing. This is something I also learned in the last 2 weeks. And that is the wicks. Oftentimes what I was saying on many streams is that order block is the, you know, last candle gets engulfed with imbalance. Well, if you instead take the wicks, it makes you or gives you the ability to snipe some shit that is like tiny, like make stop losses that are like 1 pip or 1.5 pips. What the hell was that? That was a different sound. Did market opened or something? It has a bell of some kind. Brandon, just feel free to speak, man, if you want.
I appreciate it. I just had a quick question on the snipe of the wicks, because when you go down on lower time frames, the wicks are full body candles. So is it kind of like wicks that are 4 hours and higher?
No. 1 minute, dude. 1 minute. This is what I'm about to show you. All right, cool. So I'll show you in a second. It'll make sense. Okay, so from what I just told you, like 1 hour can go either way, right? When you sweep the big daily high, previous day high over here, it could do what it did, which is bounce here and keep going, or it could bounce and come down. So what you need to do is, once the high is swept and you are in some kind of somewhere, right, you want to look for our reversal, which is BMS or AMD or whatever I teach, right? So if you go to 15 minutes then, and you start seeing these things, so what I started doing is go straight into 1 minute, not anything else, just go from 15 minute to 1 minute. But even 15 minute, I can see what's kind of going. Man, this adjusting sucks. And also, of course, time of day and all that will play a factor to anything. So what do you see here? Let's back test what you see. And we can even forward test, meaning like erase everything so I don't cheat and just go, but it doesn't matter, up to you guys. So we got the high, we got the low, we got the sort of equal high. So this is kind of weird to me. And this is 5 p.m. obviously, on the day nobody trades. Then we got Asia. So in Asia, so this is the one thing called break and retest in Asia. But the Wix thing that I was saying is, I just want to find an example for you so you can see. Oh, I don't know where I'm at. Hang on. Let's go into just here. This is enough. Okay, so when you look at this, do you see an obvious manipulation window? Does anybody see AMD or BMS? Sure. So when you go and you just broke, I think this was it. And we were actually live trading this with Charlie, if you remember, Charlie. We talked about this already briefly. But so, oh yeah. So this is Tuesday, I remember. Tuesday morning, we were over here and we were literally doing this. We just took out here somewhere, we took out the daily high and we were doing this. So like I said, after we take out an hourly, on hour or a daily, it can then, well, on a daily, you need to look for reversal, but you need to look for a sign. So we just said, okay, this is no sign. We're still maintaining the lows. So behind the scenes, when you maintain the lows, this means we're sucking in the buyers. This is what the bank doing. They're want to sell, so they're sucking in the buyers. They're sucking in the buyers early. And then this confused me. So, okay, maybe we're not done going up yet. So you do the same thing here. You mark out your AMD, which is, here's the range, we're still respecting. Okay, so now here we kind of made a lower low. So what do? We could try to sell now, or we try to wait. Here's what I mean about the wicks real fast before I go into how to make 40% from the next move. Look at this, right? So order flow. Need the tool, different tool. high, low, lower high, nothing, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we break it and we go high, right? You with me, Brandon? So if you're doing this, and I don't recommend you do this, on 1 minute, we don't trade, we just execute. But here, this high broke this low, whereas the order block, I would tell you, it's the last order block that's got engulfed with imbalance, which is this candle here. But what I mean by the wicks is you take that from the body of this candle to the end of the wick, and you got the wick. Now, this is a special thing as well, where this candle is higher than the previous candle. This is that Quasimodo where you could most of the time just take this part of the wick that's above that. But that's what I mean by the wicks. And somebody dropped. That was Shakira. Anyway, so you guys see the manipulation. No, Shakira's here. Right. So what is this? Boom. That's your manipulation, right? Where does it start? It starts here. Where does it get broken? I'll just say it started here. It gets broken here. So guess what? Where's the order block that broke this manipulation? Where is it? It's right here. Right? This little wick and then drop. Here's the imbalance. So it's this. Now, if we just take the wicks, even smaller. Okay, now what happens? You break this low. What's the order block that broke? This low. You could say, here's the little imbalance. I'm gonna mark this, and then I'll mark in the imbalance. So it's that. Guess what? If I just take the wick, add it 1 pip always, you're here. So on the giant scale, if I don't know here, let me do this. Even more. So I got this order block. So I'm looking at extreme to come here. So this is where your second order is. This was the first one. This is where your second one is. Where am I targeting? Oh, I'm targeting here because I don't have any. Where else is the liquidity? Where else are going to people be? Maybe middle here for break and retest. I don't know, but I would target here. So that trade is, I don't know, 1 to 15.6. This higher trade just to here, you know, is 1 to 11. And this is on 1 minute, so there hasn't even been like 20 minutes yet. Okay, so let's keep going. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is not what I wanted. Why did it go so far? I just want 1 step. I don't know. Did I press the wrong button? Okay, so we get filled there. We go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so we broke the next one. Right? Where is the order block that broke it? Well, this is where it gets tricky, but I would say it's this that broke it. Ah. But it could be that it's higher as well. But this is literally, to me, the last order block that broke it. But it could be that it's this one. So I'm going to set 2 of them. If I lose one, I don't care because I'm already in profit, right? So that's how I trade personally. So I'm not sure, and I'm already in profit. I'm gonna split it and make 1 here and 1 here. I could even take this one with a stop loss to there, and then second one stop loss there, and break it into 2, my risk into 2. I'm still targeting here. Oh, look at that. It actually worked out. Broke this. I wouldn't have done anything here because it's not a significant break. It's just a sweep like this as opposed to a true break. So I would actually leave these 2 in place. I might put stop loss on this one. Oh, look at that. I missed this completely. The damn extreme. This is the extreme, right? What about just the wicks? How freaking crazy is that? So you broke here. So once again, could be up to you. You already so many things in profit. We kind of bounce here. I think this is where I just put stop loss and profit. This is also 1241. I'm done trading at that point. But here we're very close to this order block that could just keep going up. And I think that's what happened that day. But if you want, you can see still that this low got broken from which order block? From this one. Again, just take the wicks. You might miss out, or you might actually tag perfectly. See, just the wicks. So even if it doesn't work out, I'm already in profit a bunch. Why not try this? This is 0.7 of 1 pip, guys. That's the stop loss, 0.7 of 1 pip. Even if you pad it, let's go 1.1. And you could even just go here because that's a quick 1 to 4 again. You're still holding your top position, or you can go all the way. Boom. And didn't break it. Didn't break it, no trade. Let's keep holding. Now we broke it. We reached, but we're pretty much done. We're in these wicks now, so this is why I start closing shit. You could, though, until proven otherwise, say, you know what, I'm gonna keep adding on positions until I'm proven wrong and the order flow is broken. What do we need to break the order flow? Well, right now we have this high that ended up breaking the low, making the low. That's the extreme, not this, because this is in between. So we need this high broken in order to know that it's for sure, gonna be, look, it's fine. So now all of these hit profit, and what we did here is take out all this liquidity and just made equal low. Something in the chat. Yeah, which is why well, GU depends on the broker, but on MFF, spreads on GU is 0.03 pips. So add that to the top if you want. You know, if it's 1 pip is your spread, add 1 pip to everything I said. Just add the spread always in. That's all. Whatever the spread is, add it on top. On the sell side. For your stop loss. Okay, so I don't know if you want it like this is 1 to 11. This is 1 to 17. Then I don't know how many orders. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one never got hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's 1 to 8. So averaging all of them about 1 to 11, 1 to 15. So 11, 15, another 11 and 8. 11, 15, 11 and 8. So that's about 40%. And this whole thing took between 11, what is this? 11:44 until 12:55. So about an hour. You just made 40% if you risk 1%. If you risk 0.5%, you made 20% in 1 hour, right? Pretty incredible. Let's go into something that what does that sound? Mastering 1 minute, you can make 1 to 10, dude. 1 to 10 is just from one single trade. So look at that. But yeah, I mean, I've been, like I said, last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, each one was averaging 40%. This Thursday was 35%. Just freaking crazy. So this week I'm gonna actually do it on a live account, small live account that I'm just gonna create. Throw a couple of grand in there and just do it. Because I'm not, well, you haven't even heard the sauce yet. But let's take a pair that I didn't trade, like AJ. Let's take a pair like AJ and I'll show you the same thing can be. So if you remember last week, I didn't trade any JPY pairs because UJ went so crazy that I was like afraid to touch it. But I decided to backtest it. I want to backtest it right now because I guarantee you the same thing was possible with any pair, but with AJ. Look at this. So AJ was going up for so long, people are like afraid, oh, what's going on? So again, switch to daily. And what do you see? We have taken out a major high from a few months ago. So this is like a monthly high, a weekly high, a daily high, and everything high. And people are like, oh, it's going for an all-time high or whatever. And I don't even know if it's all-time high or not. It's not. So you can go to weekly and see, okay, we're in this redistribution, if you will, or distribution, right? So we're in there, so it's time to reverse at some point. Right? We're not going to take everything out in one full sweep. Market doesn't work that way unless it's Bitcoin and we're dumping. But anyway, so you got to look for reversal. You don't just want to blindly sell as soon as it hits this high or anything. But what do? All right, you come into here and start looking. Okay, we just broke it, so I got to look for reversal. I need a PMS. So let's drop to 4 hours and see if we can see it. Okay, so Monday, we see, or is it Tuesday, that we took it out and had a reaction. But did we break the order flow on 4 hour? No, we didn't. So now, what do we know about any, just from ICT daily cycle, even that Wednesday is a what? Wednesday reversal day. So right away on Wednesday, we can see this giant manipulation candle. Okay, we took out this thing, and the true BMS on 4 hour happens when we take this candle out right there. So you can go, and this is already what, Thursday, and start Thursday, your annihilation of the market, guarantee you. But let's look in here. Let's look what happened. So on 1 hour, we can see this giant candle consists of a lot other many candles. So, all right, 15 minutes. Cool. All right, so now I can see stuff. Now I can see stuff. Here we go. We got the major highs taken out here. Then we have a little swing range. But would you agree that this is the order block, the last order block? So because we don't have a true manipulation that took out a shift like this whole thing is, but we don't have a shift on, right? So what you need to do is look for an order flow shift, not a PMS. And order flow shift, if you look, high, low, higher, high, and then we come into here. If you can see this candle, this wick, we have a reaction. We fail to make a higher high, and then we break the low that created a higher high. So what do we do after that? You identify the order block that led to the break of this order block. What broke it? Okay, and it has to have an imbalance. So you can tell it's this candle here. Okay. It's this white candle up that gets engulfed, and here's the imbalance. Right? So break, break. Okay, so there's the imbalance, there's our extreme, or knowing what we know now, we can look and just take the wicks from the body. Okay, so let's go to 1 minute. Okay, at 1 minute, and I'm almost afraid to do this, but you can use this, just this, which is like what, 10 pips or 8 pips, or you can say, okay, well, let's see what happens, but I want to say that market will come here. So you could stack, you could split. There's so many ways to do this in here. Okay, so you could have one order in there already. Boom. So if you look, and the AMD is valid for 1 minute as well, right? You need to, if you want to do the true confirmation, here's your extreme, right? If you just take the wicks, it'll be like something tiny, crazy like this. This is the order block, but I bet you it's going to come here. I don't know if it does, but like I said, more ways than one to skin a cat. But on 1 minute right now, the order flow is still bullish, right? On 1 minute, order flow is still bullish. We need to break this right now in order to make it bearish. So all up to you. And okay. So now you got your top entry. Where is my top? I got the top entry, and now you just are doing the same thing over and over. What led to break of this order block? Well, it's this. It is this, but we also can see that that one hasn't been mitigated. So I would also do another one. If this one breaks, number one, I have a trade from there. If this one doesn't work out because there's liquidity, some liquidity here, and it decides to come here, that's fine. I'm gonna get an extreme one. Or you can make your, 9 pip stop loss if you want. But I would rather have 3 pips stop loss here and 3 pips stop loss here because that's 6 pips. I don't need 9. You see? So, see? Boom. I don't like any of this, to be honest, but yeah, I don't like any of this. I'm gonna still keep these this one position, or there's more here. This is one. 1 minute trade. So very possible it's gonna bounce here and go. This whole thing is another order block. But this is dangerous because, there's no swing high, swing low here. This is just an intermediate order block. So it could easily go, this is an exchange, right? A decisional but there's no real structure that we break, which is why this is very dangerous gambling like. So I would never take a trade like this. It needs to be a much bigger retracement in order for me to take a trade. But it probably works out. It works out. Cool. This though, on the other hand, makes a lot more sense. Now we're going for here. Someone say something? It keeps playing the sound. No, it's not the person. So now, what do we know about this one? We know what broke it is this. Again, depending on how you want to scale in, you could just take the down wicks, which would be like this. But for now, let's just put it this way. Now, you also have to constantly check where you are in the bigger picture. So, like I said, on a global scale, we knew that the daily high was here. This was a takeout. So naturally, I don't want to change my bias until the very least. This is TP1 when this is broken, because then after that on 15-minute and higher, now I know that a 15-minute swing low is taken as what? It's going to continue. And where is it going to continue? Well, there's plenty of spaces to continue. I would say this daily low is where it's supposed to go. This daily low, this weekly low. This was this daily low. So we took out the daily high. Now it's time to take out the daily low. So this is my target now. But I'm on 1 minute, just killing it. On a pair that I didn't trade. Oh, it did me dirty, didn't it? Yeah, it did me dirty. It's okay, can't win them all. So that one was a loss. We're still holding the giant one over there. So now we got to recalibrate and do what? Try to find another entry for the sell. So for me, this needs to be broken in order to go in. Oh man, it's too fast. And keep in mind, this is like 2 pips stop loss, so you don't have to put your full position because you're gonna make a shit ton. That's another thing I wanted to say is that you know, if you're greedy, you can go and put like a whole percent here if you want, especially since you're in profit all this stuff. But hey, look. So guess what? Did we break this? Yes, we did. Just tap through it, didn't we? It's close. It's close, but this would be a stop loss and profit right now. But then I would have another position added in here again like this. So to have stop loss and profit and right back another position. And I lose it. Stop loss and profit and I lose this one. Okay, so this is where I would probably stop looking for sells and just keep this one until this low is broken. Because now the shift occurred. Now we're bullish temporarily. And still bullish. And still bullish. And still bullish. But this is what I don't want to do, by the way, is once the rally has gone, I don't want to be trading on 1 minute. I do not. That's what gets you in trouble, as you just saw. So I'll come back to my 15 minutes and see what's going on. I can see what's going on is we took this liquidity and now we're just coming back. We're going to grab all this and now I have another possible entry all the way back in here. All the way back in there. By the way, this is 245, so I'm not trading that time. Oh, look at that, guys. How did I know? So thought I saw switched, and this is a JPY pair, by the way, so it's gonna move during Asia a lot because it's an Asian pair. So when it comes into the order block on 15 minutes, we got to switch to 1 minute in order to do our analysis further. And what we notice is, once again, what is this? We got accumulation, manipulation, distribution here, and then mitigation. Take this, the wick. And go. You could just go from 50 minutes. You really don't need 1 minute. 1 minute, like it's just for extra confirmation. But you could have just sniped it higher by doing this, because from what I see now, there was a higher entry. If we can go to 5 seconds, there's no really no need for it. All right, you got perfect order block hit on 15 minutes. And by the way, here's the cool thing. Remember what I said about the wicks? Just take this wick. How sick is that, guys? Instead of doing the last candle gets engulfed in balance, which is a huge one, just take the wick. Now that's it. And if you're not confident, you could do 2 positions. One of them, risk 2.5, 2.8 pips, 3 pips, whatever. The other one, do like this. Split your risk. Half position, another half position. Both of them will get hit, but if one loses, the second one should win, right? If you lose both, you just lost your regular position. If you just lose one, the other one will go and more than make up for it. If both of them win, which is the case here, then you're going to be amazed. Nobody's going to know that the second one was here. Like, you're still going to hit your full position going 1, 2, whatever it's going to be. So let's say you just said 3.5 pips there. Let's say you're going to this daily low, which is 1 to 30. And that's the already re-entry because your original entry was higher. It's here, right? That's it. Chicken's done. Your one entry was here. Of this wick. That one. From the A and D over here. Second one is here. And these two. This one's 1 to 13. This one is 1 to 30. Again, 43%, 42%. So like, that's a different pair, right? So last week you could have, I mean, Euro USD was just a freaking beauty. Also all stems from this. Like, yeah, I see that this is a sweep and a BMS on a larger scale. I see all that, but we did what? We took out the weekly high and we reverse. Then we mitigate and break, and then what? We took out this, with this weekly high, we didn't, but this daily high. We took out also this daily high with this one, and then this daily high got taken out here. And I think we took out even this previous daily high as well. So we got to look for a reversal. We got to look for a reversal, and guess what? After we took out this one, we took out this one. As soon as we take it out, we got to do what? Go to 1 minute. This is your pair, right, Altman? Look how freaking clean. I already marked it up for you because I traded it. But we got the accumulation range here. Right, the accumulation range. Then we got a high. This is the our manipulation, where it starts right here. Breaker manipulation structure. Mitigation. And what? Next break. Just the wick. You could take the whole order block, or you could take just the wick. Boom. Next one. Break. So you could mark out this order block because that's what broke that one. We don't get hit. We finally take out this low. What took out this low? Where's the order block? What's this order block? This one is interesting because I want to show you something. All right, I want somebody to participate. So this is from taking out this low. Okay, this order block, but look at that. We come here, we take it out, and then we break this one. What broke this little low? This is the sickness. What broke this low? Technically, say here's the imbalance in this candle. So it's this whole thing. So it's gonna hit something here. Or you could take just the wick of the extreme. I mean, this right there is just sickness. An absolute craziness. 2 pips to go. Oh, it's like here. 2 to 22. I mean 22. Just from this one trade, and you're already in that the first BMS that happened. Already happened here and here. So you've got this position. This position. You've got this position here. Quasimodo. So you got 1 to 10, 1 to 12, and 1 to 22. You know, 45, 46, 47%. You know, like 2 hours. Sit, you don't need 2 hours a day. Sit, just New York Open. Understanding the cycle later that I'm gonna go over is even crazier. Cool. Let's find out now. So, I mean, it is baffling what you can do on a daily basis. And you don't even need to hit all of these. I'm just showing you all the opportunities in the market that are there while we back testing. Because, like, honestly, I will trade. I always trade around 7 in the morning my time. So 7 in the morning until about 11. So this is 7 to 8 technically. And I'm not going to be able to trade all of these pairs. I'm going to be zoomed into one pair, which in this case, Euro USD was perfect because it was after taking out a major high, reversing in a perfect BMS. And then this is drop base drop again. So you know that somewhere in this demand, it should turn around, come back, take out, induce these highs, come here and come down somewhere. I don't know what happens, but maybe that's what happens. Maybe it keeps going down. Took out the whole low and just continued. That's what happened. We have this, and again, like oh, I remember. So the EU freaking melting. But again, like, look, took out this low. From what? From this order block. It's not, there's not other order block. This is the order block that took it out. This is where we melted from. So we're not considering this one. That one broke this low, which was very small and significant by this drop. Which if that's another rule, if it doesn't mitigate right away, if it goes and does some shit, like you don't want to take it. Here it happens right away. Okay, now we broke this. What do we break it from? It's a little giant thing for me. I would not take this one because you would need to consider all of this imbalance, and it's a little too much. So that's okay. Now broken here, we never came back. So I'm not, even if it comes back here and mitigates, I'm not taking it straight. It's too long. It's doing too much shit. And this is 1 minute, so we probably took out something big. Yes, we did. This is the previous weekly low. So what do we do when we take out a weekly low? We should look for reversal. So this is where you go to, okay, now it's time to go for the other side because we just took out a weekly low. So I gotta look for BMS to buy up now. Even if here we're still in this range, I just took out the previous daily low. So that's the main idea. Of course, you don't want to force it and you need to see a shift. So right now it's still bearish. But yep. We're still in a range. Usually means there needs to be, they need to suck it out. We have the sellers going. Right now they're getting early buyers going, so there needs to be a shift. No shift yet. And if you don't find one, it doesn't happen, doesn't it? It does, it does. Boom. Nope, still gonna happen. We're still in here. You could also just melt after this consolidation for this. Yeah, still see a bunch of manipulation going on to suck in buyers. Just looks like it's going to keep going down. There you go. So we need to look for a reversal, but if it doesn't give us the confirmation, there's no go. It just melted. So I've seen some people snipe this. For the life of me, don't understand how you snipe this. Like that's other than understanding the cycle. This is what this is noon, like some news or something. Like what is that? How do you snipe this? You can't. It's okay, you can't snipe anything. But if you were holding at least a little bit of partials from here where you got in, you're doubling your account. No doubt about it. You're, this is already 147. This is more than doubling. See what I mean? This is one trade, one pair. Just got in, knowing confirmation, it turned into a swing. Man, this is still the same day. This is still the same day. Now we took out the weekly low. Still no confirmation. Yeah, we just melt. This is why this EU this week. So this was Friday, right? Yeah, Friday it just kept melting. Man. Holy crap. It's 1 to 250. Wait, what am I seeing? 1 to 37. Yeah, I don't know why. This was how the amount of pips in the bottom was looking like. This is 1 to 37. On each position. Just unreal. So any other pair you guys want to see? Let us go through or back test or forward test. Check here, Charlie, Dominic. You guys there?
One question, Yuri.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Does the funding prop firm gonna pay you if you flip the account?
Yeah,
I
they will.
mean, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah, they're. I mean, dude, they get so many people that fail. They can pay me 10 times like that. I mean, of course, if I get to level 9 and I'm at 1 million, $2 million, and
Yeah.
I'm flipping accounts,
week by
they
week.
might not like me very much. I don't know. Well, why would that? It doesn't hurt them. It's my account. It's not like they're losing any money from that. It's you know, I'm winning money from the market, not from them.
Yeah.
So if it was like, if they were the ones that are providing all that money, it's a bit different. But in other ways, like I guarantee you, if I start doing this on real account starting next week, I will get interviews. I will get featured on their page. There's Discord they have, right? So in Discord, you have to post, not have to, but they encourage you to post your withdrawals as proof as that they pay. Like imagine I start posting my withdrawals there, and how many people will join our group? How many people will, like, it just launches everything, which is why I'm saying the next few weeks are going to be a freaking pivotal. And I haven't even covered because Shakira, when are you joining Lifetime? I want to give the sauce, but I can't. You need to join our fam so I can share. Because that will, I wanna do with the Lifetimes. I wanna give the true sauce. This is sort of like not hard. This is easy. There's another hard part that people need to practice and learn, including me, that makes this an icing on the cake, but the actual stuff is even crazier because daily cycles is like, you almost know what's going to happen. I do, Shakira, man. You've been on like every stream, every Furious Monday. You ask questions, you're active. Of course, we want you to join. But I mean, I don't know your financial situation, so it's okay if you need some time to get the money and all that stuff. Like I don't mind. It's just you know, I almost feel like you're one of my students already. You've been so engaged. I appreciate you, you know. What was I gonna say? You guys like my sexy voice? It's from yesterday partying. Yeah, yesterday I was my 20-year reunion in high school. So I'm in Ohio. I see. I gotcha. When is, so you got another year or something? Oh. Nice. Well, we'll see. It's just I'm just a little bit afraid that in a year we will be much more expensive. But we'll see. We'll see how everything turns out. I have dreams.
In 1 year, Fears will to JP Morgan.
Hey, from your words to God's ears, that would be freaking amazing. If we turn it to JP Morgan, I'm just gonna take Shakira in. Shit. We're gonna be trading from my yacht by that time. Damn. But yeah, no, yesterday was a lot of fun. Reconnecting with people, you know, some never left Toledo, some already handling millions and millions of dollars. Some are nurses, some are lawyers, some are like, it's just so crazy. You would never, like, if a person that was a super popular football jerk is now like this balding, fat, like this person that kind of let himself go, you know. He's like all about sports and whatever. But then there was another one, super hilarious, funny. I think he needs to be a stand-up comic. I don't know what he does. I didn't get a chance to talk to him too much. But this dude was always nice to me when I was in high school. And he's like 6'4" black giant dude that was always super fat. He lost all the fat. It's like super strong, like nice looking. He used to have a huge afro. Now he's like all cut out. This young 40-year-old black male, you know, and it's like, shit, you look great. Like, I would have never thought. I thought you were gonna be one of those cheeseburger munching people, but look at you now. So it was a lot of fun meeting. So our class is 306 people when we graduated, and I remember every single one person, what they look like, and most their names also. But yesterday was about basically talking to all the people that I never talked to in my life, just to like say, hey, I know you exist. I don't really give a shit, but I kind of gonna pretend that I do care, and have a conversation with you at least now that I'm able to, because in 1999 I was a freaking 15-year-old immigrant to United States and didn't know shit about how to communicate. I was very shy in high school, and here 20 years later I'm like the life of the party. So it was pretty crazy. I almost thought I'm not gonna do the session because I was so hungover. Holy crap, my head was hurting. Took like 4 adults. But anyway, so awesome. Shakira, can you drop for, actually, I need to stop the recording. I'm gonna have to say bye to you.